The US President and First Lady have visited Uvalde in Texas to meet the families of 19 students and 2 teachers who were killed in a mass shooting. The visit comes amidst growing anger after police admitted they got their response wrong when officers waited for nearly an hour to confront the teenage gunman. The Justice Department has announced a review into the law enforcement response, promising to make the findings public.
It's become the sad duty of presidents, Joe Biden now, but presidents before him as well, to come to communities like this and bring the nation's grief, if you like, to these communities who are grieving after what happened here on Tuesday. Joe Biden, first of all, with the First Lady, Jill Biden, went to the Robb Elementary School where that shooting took place on Tuesday, where there is now a memorial to the victims. He and the First Lady, who of course is a teacher herself, laying flowers at that memorial at the elementary school. And then moving along the photographs of all of the victims, those 19 children and 2 teachers, pausing at each one and reflecting, no doubt, on, as many people in America are, on what happened on Tuesday. He's moved on to a mass at the Sacred Heart Church, only about a mile away from that school. He'll attend that mass today. After that, and away from the cameras, he'll meet families of those who died on Tuesday, and he'll also meet some of the first responders, the law enforcement personnel who were there. And it's interesting how long they have allocated for that. Normally these visits don't last very long, but there are a good 4 or 5 hours that Joe Biden will be away from the cameras, meeting those families and others while he's here in Uvalde. And aside from that, there are those bigger questions, even though it's about grief and mourning today. The questions about the response that you mentioned and what more could have been done. And the Department of Justice here in the US has announced an investigation into that police response now, but also on gun reform. And there is pressure on Joe Biden, as well as on members of Congress, to do something. Gun lobbying groups here, people lobbying for gun reform here, actually want him to declare a national emergency, to take more power and do something about this. Although I think a lot of people in America still doubt how much will ever be done to change the culture of guns, bearing in mind what we've seen over the last few years, however much grief there is over what happened here on Tuesday.